What's going on, everybody? Flip Aguilera, founder of Sweat Nation here, and today I have a Food Saver 3200 series vacuum sealing system. The reason we have this here today is because I also have this, which is a whole big old round circular sausage salami looking thing of beef liverwurst. And beef liverwurst has liver, heart, kidney, and a whole bunch of what are called as organ meats, a bunch of organ meats that are supposedly very good for your health. So first let's go and open this vacuum sealer up, and then later we'll get into this liver and why it's good for you and why maybe you should think of eating a little bit more of it. So here we go. Alright, so now we're going to open up this Food Saver vacuum sealer box. Here it is. Open this thing up. So it's got lots of plastic and styrofoam. And the first thing we got are the bags that you use to seal the stuff with. And then, let's see here, let's put this sideways. Little by little, get this thing out. So right off the bat, we can tell we don't want to get frustrated when we're taking this thing out. Just take your time, and little by little we'll get it out, and everything will be all good. Nice. There we go. Bottom here we got some more stuff, and this is like the directions and a recipe book, and that's pretty cool. We'll check that out in a minute. So let's put the box over here, and now let's lay this down. And we got this little thing on the side that I'm not sure what it is yet, but I'm sure we'll find out in a few minutes. Let's take this out of the plastic, and put one side of the styrofoam out. Still got a little more wrapping to go. There it is. Food Saver 3200. It's got some suction cups at the bottom so that it'll hold it in place. Now let's keep taking off this tape here and wrapping. Bring it a little closer. And this is the lid here. And then underneath we have the cutter arm. So you got to make sure that you get that roll that we're going to put in under that cutter arm. So on this model, right down here is where we have the electrical cord, and they really put it in there. So for this first time you might really have to sit down and figure out how you're going to get it out. It does have 2 screws, so you might just be able to take out the screws and then take it out and put the screws back on, which looks like what I might have to do because this thing is really in there. So as I'm reading the directions here, we've got a couple of different things. The number 1 button over here is the speed settings, and that is to select the speed to optimize the vacuum. You want it gentle for your delicate foods and normal for bags, canisters, and things like that. Your number 2 button, which is the food button, is the adjustable food settings, and here you can select food type to optimize the seal. So if you have dry food, it'll be a normal seal for foods without liquids, and moist foods or juicy foods, you'll need a longer time to seal it. So keep that in mind. The number 3 button, which is right here on top of the seal button, the green button, it's an instant seal button, and you press to create a seal when making bags from a Food Saver roll, and press to immediately stop the vacuum process and begin the sealing process. This prevents crushing delicate items such as bread, cookies, and pastries, so that's also good to know. We're probably going to have to use that one for our liver over here. And press to create a seal on multi-layer film bags, such as things like potato chips that you want to seal again. The number 4 button is the vacuum and seal button, which is all the way to the right. And this one is to make sure you seal the food airtight, and this one has an automatic shut-off. You can press cancel to stop it at any point. The seal indicator light, which I guess is the seal button itself, the green button, it lights up to indicate the sealing process is engaged, and if it's flashing, that means there's an error. Our progress lights, which are right here, you got 4 little white looking areas circuits here, which probably have some lights behind them once we get it going, is to signal the progression of vacuuming and sealing process. All 3 lights extinguish when the full process is finished. So that's good to know right there. So vacuum indicator light shows progress of vacuum and seal process. Shuts off when the full process is finished. So that is our last big button again. So keep those lights and buttons in mind when you're trying to seal whatever it is you're trying to seal, and make sure you get it done the way you want it to get done. I'm going to take you guys with me through this process of putting in the bag from a Food Saver vacuum sealing roll. So we want to open the appliance door and place roll into storage compartment. For best results, insert roll with material flap down. Note, bags can be sealed with appliance door either open or closed. So let's place this right here in the middle. That's what it wants us to do. And then next, we're going to lift up bag cutter bar, which is this one right here. Place bag material beneath the cutter bar. So let's pull it out a little. Pull enough bag material to hold item being vacuum packed, plus 3 inches. Lower the cutter bar and slide bag cutter across the cutter. So we're going to put this down. Down. Hold on, so let's get as much as we need. Then we're going to bring this. So what we do is we're over here. And what you did is we pulled out the bag, and then we slid this, and it gave me this little piece. Now we're going to seal these bad boys over here. So let's bring this back down. Press the seal button. How to vacuum seal with the Food Saver 3200. Coming up next. Put this guy in here. Got a little bit more. Don't want to waste any of this guy. And place bag end into dip tray. Press vacuum and seal button, but let's put it on moist. Let's remember to put our settings on the type of food that we have. Let's see, vacuum and seal. Once seal light goes off, lift bar and remove sealed bag. Light is still on, so we're not gonna mess with it yet. And there it goes. Lift it up, and we have our bag of liver ready to go. Boom! Exciting, good stuff, yeah. So that's how you use the Food Saver 3200. This is Flip Aguilera with Sweat Nation. Hope it's been informative.